What's up? No, that's not gonna work. I'm trying to hide from the blinds. You know, the light that peeks through. Okay. Okay. That looks all right. How do I look? Look all right? Trying to get used to this new setting and this new camera. We'll get better as the time goes on. All right, so hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to my channel. My name is Tabitha, and I am going to be talking about dry locks. I've been getting these questions tons lately here on my YouTube channel as well as my Instagram. So if you are new, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. That'll let you guys know when I post a new video. So you might be wondering, you don't have any locks. Why are they asking you these questions? That means that you missed my big lock chop. I did a lock chop about 4 months ago, and I'm starting a new lock set. I cannot wait. Nothing was wrong with my locks. My locks were beautiful. It's just one of those things that I needed to do. It was a spiritual, mental, physical kind of journey that I needed to take. And so now that I'm over that hump, I'm ready to start a new lock set, and I will be sharing that journey right here on this channel. So do not forget to subscribe. So like I said, I've been getting lots of questions about dry locks and moisture retention. So I wrote down some things that I've learned over the years of doing my locks, doing my husband's locks, who's been locked for over 12 years, I think 11 to 12 years now, as well as my clients' locks. And where I'm going to go down this list to help you guys out, especially if you lock newbies who are just getting to know your hair and how it reacts with certain products and just being in the lock state. So let's start with number one, water intake. How much water are you drinking and how often? This is very important. I know you may not want to hear about no health tips, but it's the truth. Everything starts from within when it comes to our body, and what we're doing on the inside shows on the outside. So if you are drinking enough water and at a right amount of time, then your hair is going to stay moisturized. If not, anything that I'm telling you is not going to really work because it starts from within. So yeah, make sure that you're drinking enough water. Our body works like a reservation, and I think it's like what? Our bodies are made up of like 80–90% of water. So whenever you are not drinking enough water, it's going to take it from areas that your body doesn't feel it can go without. So it's going to take from the hair, it's going to take from other parts of the body where it doesn't need it, and it's going to use it. So the first place it's probably going to come from is your hair, and your hair is really going to show it by being dry and brittle. So make sure that you're drinking enough water. So make sure that you are using the right products on your locks, peoples. Be a conscious consumer. Make sure that you're looking on the back of these products and reading the ingredients. Learn what some of these names are. You want to stay away from parabens, mineral oil, petroleum, sulfates, I'm going to butcher this name, phthalates, and formaldehydes. These are all chemicals that are going to, well, not all of them, petroleum and mineral oils, I don't believe, but the rest of them are chemicals that are going to cause dryness and tear away at your cuticles, exposing it, not allowing moisture to go in and then stay in there because they're stripped away at the outer shell. There's nothing to hold it in. So make sure you stay away from products. I'm not saying that you have to use 100% natural products, but try to at least use 70–80%. You know, you can deal with the fragrance and maybe a couple of safe chemical synthetics, which there are some out there. But if you have to use a certain brand, like certain brand is your favorite and it works for you, just make sure that it's using predominantly natural ingredients. All right, the next one is the hair porosity. This is very important. Hair porosity means how well is your hair able to retain moisture. So when it comes to porosity, there's levels. There's high porosity, normal, and then there's low porosity. If you do not know what your hair's porosity is, then I have a video that is going to better explain your hair porosity as well as how to find out your hair porosity. And once you figure out that, some tips and tricks that will go better with your hair type. So make sure that you know your hair porosity and then apply those tips to your hair type. Just long story short, if you have high porosity hair, that means that you're able to get moisture inside of your hair. Your problem is retaining moisture. If you have low porosity, you're able to retain it, but the hard part is getting moisture in. So if you know this, you may understand why your hair is or isn't able to absorb the hydration and the moisture that you're applying to your hair and to your locks. Another one is coconut oil, and I recently found this one out. I actually asked this question on my Instagram: how many lock lovers use coconut oil in their hair regimen? And a lot of you have figured out over time that coconut oil dries your hair out. And there is a reason for that. I will go into detail in another video. But my suggestion is, if you are using coconut oil and you feel like your hair was moisturized and all of a sudden it's just starting not to be moisturized, or what you're using is no longer working, try taking coconut oil out of your regimen and replacing it with another oil, like another moisturizing oil. There's tons of oils out there that's good for moisturization. There's olive oil, avocado, moringa, jojoba. There's so many, flaxseed. There's so many great oils that moisturize your hair besides for just coconut. So try using a different product, a natural product. Another one is, and this one has to do with water as well, but it's really simple, and I know sometimes that we forget the simple things, and that is simply using water on our hair. Not just the intake, but actually applying it to your locks, especially in between retwists, in between those maintenance times. So make sure that you are applying water to your hair, or a water-based product to your hair. It's just like, you know, moisturizing and lotion. If you're not doing it, your skin will show it. It's going to be breaking, it's going to be cracking, it might be more dry, it's itchy, and that's the same thing that goes for your locks and for your scalp. So make sure that in between your retwist that you're applying a water base or water to your hair. And it just depends again on your hair porosity, how often you may need to do this. If you have high porosity hair, you're going to need to do it more often. Sometimes every day. It just depends on how high porosity level of hair you have. That's not right, but y'all know what I mean. Make sure that you know your hair porosity and how often you need to do it. Me, I have low porosity hair, so I didn't need to do it as much, but I did need to do methods and other kind of tricks that would open up my cuticles so that my hair could retain that moisture. Wrap your hair nightly. This one is really important. I learned this early on. If you look at my older lock set, I think it was like around 3 months, I freaked out. My hair was everywhere. It was going through the budding stages. I did not know any better. I did not wrap my hair up, and it was showing that. It was looking wild. It was dry. It was crazy. So what you want to do is wrap your hair with a satin or silk, or, you know, like a polyester type mix, scarf, headband, bonnet, whatever you have. Make sure that you wrap your hair up with it, because if you use cotton, which most of us have cotton sheets, cotton pillowcases, cotton is an absorber. It's going to suck everything out your head. So whatever treatment or maintenance you did that night and then lay down on it, it's going to probably suck it out your head. That's why you look at your cotton pillow and it's most of the time stained with products, because it sucks it out of your hair. Unless you have a satin pillowcase and satin sheets, it's best to wrap your hair, because 9 times out of 10, if you're like me, that pillow is going to be on the floor and then you're going to be laying on that cotton, which is again going to just suck the moisture out of your hair. So for a safe precaution, just wrap your head. I will also leave a link in the description box. There's Loc socks, there's dredge socks, there's lock products that you can use that are made for locks to help you, you know, have a better lock regimen. So this may be another reason why, if you have color treated locks or if you have dyed your locks, that's an automatic moisture just it's not going to suck the moisture out, but you have now damaged your hair because you have messed with the layers of your hair. Dye, lye, bleach, whatever you use to do that to your hair, especially if it's a permanent process, it is going to automatically mess with your hair. It may strip away or break open that outer shell of your hair, which means that there is escape, there's exit. So when you moisturize your hair, that stuff is just coming right back out, or it's so damaged that it's no longer able to retain that moisture. So whatever tips I just gave you, you have to do that even more so now. You have to really drink water. You have to really make sure that you're on top of your game with moisturizing and using chemical-free products. You have to make sure your hair is wrapped. You have to do all of this and stay on top of that. So no judgment to those of you who have beautiful colored locks. That is just why I stopped dyeing my hair, because I was already trying to stay on top of all the stuff that I need to do to maintain natural hair, and I just didn't want to mess that regimen up by dyeing it when I did have locks. So yeah. And then the last one is moisture retention method, which is the lock method. So in order to moisturize your hair or moisturize your hair, you can't just use an oil and call your hair moisturized. You can't just use water or a water-based product and call your hair moisturized. It's a process, and the most popular process is the lock method, and that is a liquid oil cream. So you want to apply a liquid to your hair or a water-based product, and then you apply the oil to your hair, which is going to seal that water in, because oil and water, I just mix those together. Oil and water does not mix, so that is going to help seal the hydrant in, and then you can use a cream to help close the cuticles. Now, for those of you with locks, you may shy away from creams because you don't want to cause buildup. I use cream, however, because I had a strong washing regimen using apple cider vinegar, and I was able to get that stuff out of my hair, and I made sure that it was really light. But if you want to stay away from that, then you can always use water and ice and then spray that on your hair, and that's going to shock your cuticles closed. So that's going to do the same thing that a cream does without the emollient part. So hopefully, if you use enough oils in the second part that has moisture, use an oil that helps to penetrate, use an oil that helps shine, you'll get what you need in the second step versus having to use the second and the third step. So make sure that you shock those cuticles closed, and this is the best time to do it is after you wash your locks, so that way you can manipulate your hair. Your hair is not styled or retwisted yet, so you can do all this stuff to your hair without having to worry about it untwisting or your hair getting frizzy or anything like that. So this is the step that you want to do after you wash your hair or in between retwists when your locks aren't so fresh. So that is what I have. That's the things that I've learned on my 4.5-year journey of being locked. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave that down in the box. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget, I am going to be doing a video if you want to know more about the coconut oil and why it causes dryness, as well as another video on going into the oils and what's the difference between a carrier oil and an essential oil and why they're so important. So thank you guys so much for watching. Keep coming with the questions. I'm going to be doing more videos. I had twins, for those of you who do not know, so I am just busy with this and getting my business started, and I happen to start another channel, which is my family channel, Life with the Locs. I'll leave that in the description box as well, but that is going to be our kind of daily vlog and what we got going on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, be you, be beautiful, be blessed.